Chris representing Jamaica here in Frankfurt, Germany. So guys, so today's video, we are now at part 4 of my little childhood series. I did not think it would come so far. Originally, I had just planned like 1 video, maybe 2. Now we turned 3 and now we turned 4. Anyways, guys, so the start of last video, I started talking about the school that I passed to, which was Irwin High School, and I was just getting into the beauty of going to Irwin. But then I realized the video was so long already, so I'm like, okay, let me get into the actual experience in part 4 so that, you know, you guys don't get bored. So how was it in Irwin? We were talking about my principal being so tough and strict, and you know, for all the right reasons. So I remember one day, guys, remember I told you I was struggling in grade 5, grade 6 academically. So even in grade 6, in grade 7 now, my first year, maybe we could backtrack a little. Just funny to memory that came up was that my dad actually brought me to school for the first day in high school. Yeah. And that was interesting. Anyways, so in grade 7 now, I remember now coming from grade 6 where I wasn't so strong academically, grade 7 kind of was the same, you know. So we ended up in this class. I don't really think they have top classes in grade 7, I'm not sure, but like they really do rank the students, you know. There's a first brightest, a second brightest, a third brightest. There was such a thing.
Makes it very competitive.
Yeah, so Jamaican schools are built on competition. On your report card, it also says like
the spelling bee.
There's spelling bee competitions. On your report card, it says what position you are in the class, like grade-wise, academically. Are you first place? Are you second place? Are you last place in class? So your parents have a reason to scold you when they see that. They write a little description about you, everything. So anyways, 7th grade, I was just getting my footing, you know. Remember, you know, in part 3, I told you all the fun we were having in the background. I know this was like serious life now, my academics, but I was still struggling there. And I remember there was this one day we had a gathering in the auditorium, so not like outside usually, where we usually have our devotions. And the principal gave us like a whole motivational speech about our future, how, you know, academics is so important and you need to take school serious. And he gave us a proper motivational speech. And somehow from that day on, I was a changed woman.
You ever tell him that?
No, but he's gonna see this now, maybe.
Like he didn't have an impact on you.
Imagine, maybe he will see this video. You think he's still alive? Guys, I heard like over the years that some of my teachers from that school passed. So sad. I think at least 2 or 3. I wonder if he's still around because he was an older guy back then. Anyways, if you're watching this video, Mr. Belinfanti, thank you very much. So he gave me that motivational, he gave us that motivational speech. So I think from there now I started to study properly for exams. I started to do the most, like actual studious being, you know, like, and like you heard, you know, my life was going a bit uphill too on the back end. So I think it came around now to 8th grade, and I landed in one of the classes where it wasn't the first brightest or the second or the third. I think probably like third brightest, or I don't know. Or was it just they had the first brightest and then they had the rest? I don't know. Anyways, I wasn't in the first brightest, but I remember that after the first term of exams and everything, after that speech, it probably was in the 8th grade or the end of 7th grade, that speech came around. And Crystal upgraded to the first brightest. So that's where I turned my life around. In Jesus' name, amen. So I did not let the school define me, you know. I made the best of my surroundings. Anyways, I remember there, like in that 8th grade, having that maths teacher and doing the maths and getting them wrong and doing them over and doing the corrections and just being very studious. Like everything started from there, 8th grade. Then I met some of my friends from that class, the 8th grade that I would go to. And I think one of the twins was in that class, or maybe the two of them, because I had twin friends in high school. I remember also my best friend in high school back then, she was also in that class, if I remember well. And some other kids, of course, that we would be in class together later on. So that was 8th grade. So I finished off 8th grade there, and I finished off better than I probably would have before taking school seriously, but still nothing too extravagant, yeah? So then Crystal goes to the 9th grade. And so guys, the whole purpose of the 9th grade now is to choose your major for the 10th grade and for the 11th grade, right? So my major now was business. I chose business and accounting and all the subjects around, and I think we still had one science subject and, you know, maths, English and all the other things, but like the main thing was like business, accounting. And yeah, that's why I always say, like, I got a good 3 years of business and accounting, 9, 10, 11. I remember now, so 9th grade I still wasn't anything significant in the class, like position wise. I don't think I wasn't in the top 10 for sure. I don't remember what position I was.
I always was proud of you.
I don't even remember the position in the other grades though, but I know I was in the top 10. I need to go and check.
That wasn't really all that important, and even the first brightest class and thing also. I mean,
it's good though to keep your
going also,
yes, because it was missing here in Germany. I think it's good. It's good. I like it. Anyways, so I remember now in 10th grade, there were these girls that were definitely, you know, ahead of me, especially in like accounting and so on. I really loved that subject somehow. I loved it. And business, and they usually would get higher grades than me, and I kind of would look up to them. I'm like, I'm watching you, I'm gonna beat you soon, you know. And then there was this, I think we did this, is it the midterm exam in December, or what do you call that exam, or I don't remember what you call that exam. Anyway, second term exam, first term, one of the terms exams, but it was the first big exam of the school year in December. And I remember we had such a tough accounting exam, guys. It was so tricky, you know, those things can be so tricky. And then I somehow miraculously was the only student who managed to make the balance sheet balance, yeah, because, you know, she put the traps in and it wasn't easy, like, you know, but I got it. And when we came at January morning, so only one person managed to balance the balance sheet. Of course, I know that was me because I managed to balance it. And all the others that were so good and that I was looking up to, a bit time. I got a better grade in accounting, and from this I'm like, yeah, this is my thing. And then I started to compete with the top dogs. Yeah.
And look at you now.
And look at me now.
Yeah, man.
Now we're in auditing. Yes. So another thing about the 10th grade, I think it even started before the 10th grade. Was it the 9th grade or the 8th grade? But I remember in English, somehow I was good. I mean, now I feel like my English has gotten so bad over so many years of living here in Germany. But back then in English, I was really good. I remember our English teacher, he gave us some assignment to write something. I think this was pretty early on. Could have been from 8th grade. And you know, he went around and he read all the stories, I guess, and in the end he asked me to read. And guys, I was the shy girl. On my report card, Crystal is quiet, Crystal is quiet, Crystal is quiet, Crystal is quiet. You asked me to read my story? Lord, I died many deaths trying to read that story. I hated it, but I loved it. You know, I love that you love the story, but like, why do I have to read it? So I remember also reading my stories in class, even though probably horrible reading, like so nervous. So I was good at that. I was good at being really descriptive with my adjectives and all the things. But now I need to refresh it. I know that I'm not so descriptive anymore. Yeah, a lot of things I've simplified with my speech. I think, you know, when you're not, you know, using the language so much, it fades a little. But I try to at least, you know, watch all my shows in English still, so I don't lose it completely. So then there was that with English. Guys, Jamaican schools are really good with projects and how they teach the kids. It's not just reading in front of you. You know, they tell you to make a project, to make a poster about this topic, and then me now, I am this creative girl. Yeah. And my poster had to look the best always.
I remember all the posters. I mean, that
And I had
it, but oh my.
I took great pride in all my posters. Yeah, you know, say crystal poster have to be #1. Like, you know, that was me. I was really good at that stuff. Creative. I had all the stickers, I had all the glitter, I had all the two mommy finance, my little projects well. And all the information, of course, also very important, whatever the topic was. Then sometimes they tell us to make songs about certain topics. They tell us, I don't know even if this is a German thing. Maybe it also happens here in Germany.
Right.
They do that too here in Germany? You went a few years here?
No, not like that. Well, you have to do like presentations, and maybe you do a placard, like a poster also if you're presenting, but otherwise they don't.
Yeah, we used to have to present our posters.
Yeah, but you don't really get projects like that.
Not so often.
Otherwise, like maybe like if it's like a class thing, you get like during class.
We had group ones too, and
but not like homework where you get like in Jamaica. Like
it's not a homework, it's like in class.
Yeah.
Oh, so Sarah said she experienced the that here, but it was mainly in class, not to take home and to make it all fancy. No. So we had that, and it was, you know, fun. It was really fun.
Yeah,
took a lot of pride in that. And yeah, some were group work, some were what do you call it, individual work. Yeah, in the end of 11th grade in Jamaica, you do the big CXC. Guys, when you start 7th grade in Jamaica, you're like, you hear this big thing, CXC or C-Sec. And you're just there like a little 7th grader, like, Lord's gods, one day I have to do that exam. It sounds terrible. Lord's God, it keeps getting closer and closer and closer and closer.
But in primary school, it's the same with GSAT.
Same thing with GSAT in primary school.
But yeah, high school.
High school though sounds like, you know, like in primary school I didn't even care really, but like high school, that thing sounds so scary. And that's why once I saw that I survived the CSEC and the CXC, guys, from that point in my life, I said I can do anything in life. I survived that. That was like, I survived, I can survive anything else. So even coming here and studying here, I'm like, I survived CXC, I can survive anything. Like, that was my motto moving forward. So I ended up doing 8 subjects. In Jamaica, some people do 9, 10, 12, 15 subjects. Like, you know, there's some crazy smart kids in Jamaica for sure. And then there is this thing called Upper Farm, where I guess you also can add subjects there as well. I guess that's a middle thing between college and uni. It's kind of college, something like that. Erwin also had an Upper Farm, you know, but I left after the 11th grade, and usually you can go to university after the 11th grade too. So I never quite understood why you would do that farm, the third farm, just to get more subjects, and it doesn't sound so necessary to me. So yeah, that was like how high school was for me back home. And in the last 2 years, I definitely stepped up. I was probably the top 5, I would say, position wise. I need to go back and check my report card, but top 10 to top 5, because every term you get, they grade you different, you get a new report card, so definitely was always between them. So I graduated Irwin, you know, up there, even though I came on the bottom. I ended off strong. And guys, when we came to Germany, I was even thinking about maybe becoming a pilot.
Not only before, long time.
Yeah, like in Jamaica, I would say.
As tourists, and I gossiped me
Yes.
one who was a pilot or remotely has anything to do with it.
Yes, guys, I used to talk about it, like, so from 9th grade upwards, I used to think that maybe I could be a pilot because I like the idea of traveling, not thinking back then, say, pilot is a hell of a responsibility and probably not good for very anxious people. Thinking about it now, probably because I was thinking, oh, I could travel and see all the places, but there's so much more to that. And I guess when I came here, I figured, you know, realistically, you put 3 years already into business and accounting.
Yeah, you have to be the best eyesight, the best teeth, you think not even a filling or something like that.
That's the next thing. I heard all the bad things about you. You have filling and you have this and you can't do that. And then I kind of got discouraged a bit there too, because I think I had a filling or so. And my eyes was good back then. I wasn't wearing glasses yet.
Yeah, maybe now it's different. We don't know that.
Now it's different for sure. But one thing about pilot is you need a lot of money. And no, we didn't have a lot of money. I guess you could have taken a big old dirty loan. But we need that thing so far. And I thought, you know, I already have the 3 years there. Let me just fast forward with that. And guys, you see now, I made some videos about us moving to Germany back then. But you can go and check them out. But I think I might go into more details with how my journey went after I got here. So until then, you can go and check out those videos. For sure, it was fun. We filmed together with mommy. Yeah. Yes, guys, like coming here, we were actually homeless for like the first, how long we did homeless for?
Oh God, too long, 3 months? I don't know.
No, we never homeless 3 months. We were homeless for a week.
I don't know, it was like our first place. That's what you feel
It was a week, and then we were living in a hotel after that.
And that's homeless in the sense of sleeping on the street, like.
Yeah, but we were homeless.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that video is for sure out there, but I might, like, academically, I might go into more details of my journey here in Frankfurt, Germany, and such and such. Let me know if my storytelling is okay. You know, I cannot be like the OG in storytelling, but
You're great. Come on,
maybe I can be a little bit. If mommy is a 95, maybe I can be a 90. No, I think mommy is such a good storyteller, guys, so the pressure is there. Pressure is on.
You said you like competition?
I mean, you can't compete with mommy still, you know. Mommy is the OG. But me just hope say me do alright. See, Sarah said me do a good job. So you know, say me do a good job. Okay, guys. So thank you all for being so patient. You're here until the 4th episode of my childhood. And yeah, I finished high school at 17. I came here, I became an adult. And yeah, life went on. So again, we are on the journey to 5,000 subscribers. Please, guys, please, I beg you, please subscribe and share the video and tell the people to subscribe too. Yes, like and comment down below the word pilot if you've made it to the end of this video. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. A bit longer. Peace.